as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production, and the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season, his best as a starter. Captain Kirk, he's quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense.
It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
2nd and 10.
Now Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. He's also one of the league's most dangerous players. Thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying,
and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. To throw, Cousins. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
Pass complete to Addison. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. Well, let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
First catch for the Eagles' leading receiver from a year ago. It's a 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Goes right back to Smith again. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. Hurts toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Play action now. Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cousins able to get away. And that's incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Cousins now on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Well, they'll stop play here at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
That's good for an Eagles.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the Vikings 18-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway.
And he returns this to the 22.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And the Eagles first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And credit Chris Barnes rushing in there and hitting him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
On the option to give to Swift here.
Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down and 1.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. On 1st down, Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw, Cousins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt.
Tackled by Avonte Maddox.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Throwing. Cousins.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal? Go to work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball.
4 yards the pickup, first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Swift.
That's a strong running. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
On 2nd down, Swift. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Here's Swift. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Hurts.
Flushed out right. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And not all W's are created equal, CD. And this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, the offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. For the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So for Philadelphia, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
we got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. And that's what made me rich. The whole club. My clown way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night. See the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich.